I've already said 100 times that I like this figure. 101 doesn't hurt. Ironheart is retailing for about 30 bucks on Walmart and Amazon. So, those prices did go up. Hey guys, welcome back to YKB, Why Keep the Box Collecting, where we immediately destroy the value of our figures and free them from their plastic and cardboard prisons. Now, this is a different video, a unique video, because I've owned this figure for years and don't have the packaging. But after watching the show, realizing I like it, so I'm like, why not show off the figure? Show a figure from Hasbro's golden years. Hopefully they're going to have more golden years, but enough said. Let's take it to the table. Alright, so we have Riri Williams, Ironheart, on the stand, spinning, and for the most part, it looks amazing. I thought when I got this figure, first of all, when I got this figure, I had no idea who Ironheart was, but I picked it up because I just threw it in my Iron Legion shelf. And have I still read it yet? No, I haven't. But the figure itself looks absolutely amazing. This is from the golden age of Hasbro, where you got to build a figure piece, and you got accessories. I'll show you that later, but she came from the Ursa Major wave, I believe. Um, if I can find a decent picture, I'll put that up now. But this figure was very much like a very good spotlight of female figures. I think it had double jointed elbows, which a lot of females at the time did not have, and it looked good. I'm rambling a lot. That's besides the point. Obviously, it's Hasbro, so they don't paint the backs, but as you can tell, the paint's pretty clean. The looks absolutely great. The face sculpt is amazing. This is not the new face printing tech. So, just looking at it, the head actually looks like a helmet can go over it. It looks good. So, enough of my rambling. Let's look at the accessories. First off, we have is the mask. Looks pretty good. The paint is clean. It really does look good. Only issue I do have is if you look really closely, you can see the marbleization, which is still a current Hasbro problem. But the helmet came out amazing. 2 blast effects that probably were warped in the box. But, And then she came with some smoke effects, so she can show herself blasting off. And she came with 2 pairs of hands. I can't remember which ones were on the figure initially, but she came with 2 pairs of fist hands. Hated pretty well, I might add. And blaster hands. This was back before they put the pegs in it, so it was either they were flying or relaxed. These kind of just stay in the flying pose, so you kind of have to pick your positions. She's either blasting or flying, or you're throwing on some fist. And it came with a Build-A-Figure piece, so it shows you things that you kind of miss in Hasbro lately, with a pretty good face sculpt. So, a good sort. Kind of what we wish we still got in accessories nowadays. Now, here's her fist. Let's see how they look. Looking pretty decent, looking pretty clean. Here is her pulsar hands, or flying hands. They always stay in that position. They do roll around though. Blast effect here. Blast effect there. She's either flying or blasting. And here's the mask. This is kind of the look I keep her in. It actually looks like someone's head's under there. So, and then one thing I do love it came with was blast effects. Show her shooting off. And they can be used for the hands or the feet, which is kind of standard for all Iron Man figures, but it's absolutely amazing. Just like this character. Let's go into articulation. All right, so the head is on a ball joint, so you get all those movements. Absolutely, absolutely amazing. Now it's kind of standard, but at the time, arm goes all the way around, no butterfly, which makes sense. This was a newer sculpt, and also, the Bucky cap mold was kind of still in high use right around this time. Double jointed elbows, so bicep, and the wrist moves all the way around. She could do a T pose easily. Ball joint at the sternum, so crunches back that far, crunches forward that much. Not much range. No split. Thigh swivel. Double jointed. Pinless. Both of these are pinless, I forgot to add. But barely can kick her butt. Standard ankle rocker. She can kick up that high. And you can see I have some paint smudges. That's more me. I remember when I got this figure, it was very clean. So I've done things like take pictures of, her battling stuff or whatever. And, it comes with the territory when you have figures, for this long. But Ironheart looks Ironheart's articulation is pretty good, especially for the time. All right, so Ironheart is retailing for about $30 on Walmart and Amazon. So those prices did go up. It seems like eBay's right around retail 24, but I've also seen it as high as 30. Without the Ursa Major build figure piece, it's looking like around 15 to 20. So, for the most part, this seems like it's not a super expensive figure to get, but, not inexpensive. Those days of, $15 figures might be over. Alright, well, speaking about Ironheart, I have her counterpart from Wakanda. So, this is kind of right around the Black Panther 2 movie came out, I think before. So, that's where this is from. Obviously, has much more of an MCU feel, where it would, this one's obviously a comic book interpretation, which is completely fine. I think they both look good, and at this time, I kind of stopped collecting MCU figures, but I picked up this Ironheart because, well, it can kind of fit in that War Machine state, like a massive upgrade armor, blase, blase, blah. I thought it looked good. It's Iron Man armor, so it went in the hole of armors. So that's that. Let's do some height. See how tall she is. She's 6 inches flat. 6 inches. even. And she's about 1 3/4 from side to side. So, not taking up a crazy amount of room. It works. She's supposed to be, what, like a young girl? Um, what, 18, 20-ish? So, it fits. She's also, a lady in armor. So, here is the Ironman that got released with her, and I think this is kind of right around the same time. I think Tony passed away at this time, but this was the armor being used. Cannot remember the sleek armor, the whatever. He has a billion armors. Mark 100 and blase blase blah. But there it is. Let's go see how she scales with other figures. McFarlane Spawn, NECA Turtle, G.I. Joe Classified Series, Star Wars Black Series, SH Figure Arts, standard size Marvel Legends, Loyal Subjects, and last but not least, anime hero Frankie. For the most part, she scales pretty well with just about anything. Really does look, really is a great looking figure. What else can I say about this? I don't even know how old this figure is. There's that ball joint. It really is a good figure. I think the Hasbro team did a good job when making this. You gotta give them their credit when credit is due. And this is a great looking figure. I'm happy that the show started because initially I was, gonna pass on it. Marvel has been pretty lackluster lately with their TV shows. I've watched all of them, but this one has really surprised me, especially with all that negative press it got. I thought it was terrible. Watched the show and I'm like, man, this is actually pretty good. Can't wait for the next 3 episodes to come out. But this figure is amazing. It's kind of one of the front ones in my collection. I have her standing right here next to, what is it? This Iron Man. I can never remember his name. And they're also standing next to a War Machine. I think an MCU War Machine. So, you know, it's an amazing looking figure. You should pick it up if you get a chance. I believe the prices are starting to move up in price because, she has a TV show now. So, prices are up there. I believe this figure is like $30, but I can't remember. Go to my previous cut about the pricing. But for more reviews like this, come to the YKB. Like, share, subscribe, and I'm out. I've already said 100 times that I like this figure. 101 doesn't hurt.